I've had this. I wrote this 7 years ago now, maybe 6, and it's just been sitting here. Fade in. Opening credits. Do 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 and etc. Right? Okay. Scene 1. Scene 1. Interior. Starbuck. We're in the medical bay. Remember, for reference, in the back here, that's Lister. That's Cat on the right, Crichton on the left, Rimmer at the top. All right. Okay. Lister is sitting upright on a bed. Crichton is sorting through some medical instruments. I'm not sure about this, Crichton. Nonsense, sir. You're in safe hands. Crichton drops a tray of medical supplies, which crashes down to the floor. Why can't you take some from the cat? Crichton approaches the bed, brandishing a syringe. Or Rimmer, just show him a picture of Yvonne Magruder and we all know where his blood is rushing. Sir, you know full well that the cat is of the feline persuasion, and his blood would not be compatible with yours. And as for Mr. Rimmer, Rimmer enters. As for Mr. Rimmer, what? Here's a hologram. He turns to Rimmer. Sir, Mr. Lister is rather nervous about volunteering his blood. We need it for his own good. You never know when we might get ambushed by space bandits, or our worst fears are realized in the form of some interdimensional magical kipper, or even worse than that, if his Gelth bride catches up with us. Oh, Smeg, I forgot about her. No, it doesn't matter. I don't like needles. I hate needles, guy. Ah, Lister, as much as I would enjoy watching you writhe in agony as Crichton jabs at you with a very big and very painful needle, I have that, oh no, I'm all freed up, proceed. Crichton, I'm telling you, if you come near me with that thing, I'm going to turn you into a latrine. Unfortunately for you, sir, that would be my ideal occupation, and would really go to show that my degree from Toilet University went to good use. Come on now, sir, there's nothing to fear. I only want a pint of your blood. A pint? Yes. Yes, this gets even better. There'll be nothing left of you by the end of it, Lister. You'll be as empty as an American Weight Watchers meeting on National Donut Day. Sir, don't listen to Mr. Rimmer. Taking a pint of blood is a perfectly acceptable amount to hold in storage. It may save your life one day. Let's do it. That's the spirit, sir. Crichton begins to take Lister's blood. Don't worry, sir. Just a little prick. Yeah, that's stabbing into your arm and draining your life away. I wasn't talking about the injection, sir. Yeah, nice one, Crichters. Lister and Crichton give each other a high five, and Rimmer exits in anger. So, scene 2. In the cockpit of Starbuck. The cat is in the pilot's seat. Crichton and Rimmer are sitting in their positions behind him. Lister enters with a bandage around his arm. He pulls his sleeve down and sits in his chair next to Cat. What's the situation, guys? You all right there, Listy? No dizziness? No urges to pass out? Are you seeing any stars yet? Only the usual 100,000, Rimmer. How is everything looking? No luck so far, bud. It's like trying to find a big red spaceship in the eternally dark, eternally empty vastness of space. It's difficult. But that is what we're trying to do. I know. That's what I said. And it's difficult. Well, it's no surprise with Whiskers in charge, is it? Give him a break, man. I'm telling you, I've been here for hours, and I've missed 5 naps, 2 snoozes, and 10 appointments with my wardrobe, and I have not got a single cent of that old rust bucket. A small alarm sounds, and Crichton taps a few buttons on the wall. Sirs, we have Red Dwarf within range. How can that be? Wait! What is it? This isn't the scanner. I've been playing asteroids. I wonder why there was so much space junk. Lister taps some buttons on his console. You've used up all our ammunition, you smegger. Who votes to have him neutered for this? Rimmer raises his hand and looks around for support, but there is none. Sirs, if I am reading this correctly, then I believe we may have another opportunity to return to Red Dwarf. If we can head them off at a pass, we should be able to lock onto its guidance beam and recover Holly. There is just one drawback to this. What is it? A big red ball of swirly things. Good to see that cats have not lost their fixation with balls of coloured string. What is actually stopping us, Crichton? Well, a big red ball of swirly things, sir. To be more precise, a sun. Red Dwarf will maneuver around it and then resume its course. We have a chance to cut them off by heading through that neighbouring asteroid field. So while they take the scenic route, we risk life and limb? Sounds like a plan. I'm game. Nope, not happening. We'll just have to wait for another opportunity to present itself. But sir, what if there is no other opportunity? We need to act now, or we could lose Red Dwarf forever. Need I remind you of the last time we ventured into such a cluster, and I don't mean the spring cleaning of Lister's sock drawer, although both had disastrous effects. No, I'm talking about the sirens, gentlemen. Sir, the odds of entering 2 asteroid fields back-to-back and encountering the same brain-sucking life forms is statistically improbable. Right, you've pushed me to do this. I am enacting Space Corps Directive 573289. Space Corps Directive 573289? No member of the Corps shall report to duty in stocking and suspenders unless with an accompanying brassiere? The one that says we should not reattempt the same procedure if the first was a brain-sucking bloodbath. Oh, I think you mean 573285, sir. You can never let one pass, can you? Look, I say we put it to the vote. All those in favour. I believe it's the best course of action. Well, I'm against. I'm in. Cat, let me get this straight. My choices are the slow, boring way round, the big red ball of fiery swirls, and the floating rocks, right? Well, if there's one thing I'm not, it's boring. And Burnt just isn't in season right now. So I'm with Scarecrow and the Tin Man. Sorry, buddy. Great. Okay, so Starbug enters and traverses the asteroid field. We're on the deck now in the back room of Starbug. Lister, Rimmer, and the cat are sitting at a table playing a board game. Oh, for Smeg's sake. Another win for me. Marvellous. I don't know how you're doing it, Rimmer. I do. He's done more cheating than a politician could do in his entire lifetime. Well, I don't deny it. I'm proud of the fact. I can lie, I can cheat, and I can steal. Especially in a good old game of dollop. Don't you have any kind of moral compass? That's like asking a dog if he has any concept of fashion. No, I don't, Listy. That is why I'm winning. That's all you care about, isn't it? Winning is everything. It means you're number one. You're at the top. Power and respect. We've got the same amount of respect for you as we have for a Nazi traffic warden. You say that, but a win is a win. I have mastered the 4 mantras of cheating. The diversion, the switch, the bluff, and the killing move. What's that? The killing move? That is a high-class secret. You have more chance of finding out the 4th mantra as Lister has finding his way to the little boy's room on curry night. Hey, every night is curry night. Precisely. Crichton enters from the cockpit. Sirs, come quickly. We're receiving a transmission. The crew rise and head for the cockpit. Prepare for the worst, guys. They enter the cockpit. The crew take their positions and start scanning the monitors while the cat pilots the ship. It's some kind of distress signal. It's the sirens. They're back for dessert. We don't know that. It's a trick. They're trying to lure us in so they can suck out our brains like they were strawberry milkshakes. Trust me on this. I wouldn't trust you if you had just won the award for the world's most trustworthy man from the University of Trust, where you're qualified with honours in the art of being trusted. So we're agreed then? What if someone is in trouble? I suggest we send out a scout party. The cat with his nasal intellect and Mr. Rimmer. Smeg off, you domesticated crash test dummy. I'm not going down there. But sir, being a hologram means that your brains will remain firmly in their data form. That is besides the point. We are only here in order to catch up with Red Dwarf. If we waste time now, we're only going to lose her. I'll go. Come on, cat. Lister and the cat rise and head towards the rear of the ship. Why does no one listen to me? All I ask is for a little respect and consideration. I mean, honestly, if I wasn't here, where would you all be? Better off, sir? Crichton. Yes, sir? Shut up. Okay, so we're on the derelict ship now. A flame cuts through the hull of the ship, creating a hole. Lister and the cat, armed with guns and wearing spacesuits, enter. Lister and cat close the airlock and take off their helmets. The airlock opens from the inside and they enter the ship. Alright, stay close. Lister takes out a radio. They move through the ship's corridors. Crichton, can you hear me? Barely, sir. You see? It's really dark, but the walls are covered in blood stains. It looks like the end result of a night out on Titan. Smeg. It's just us now, buddy. This place is giving me the creeps. Let's get out of here. We might be able to salvage something. Yeah, perhaps our lives if we call it quits now. A beeping sound emanates from Lister's waist. Hey, we're getting a life sign reading here. Something dark sweeps quickly in front of them, and then again behind them. Lister and Cat arm their blasters. They begin to slowly move forwards. The dark entity moves quickly towards them. It passes Lister and sweeps away the cat. Lister looks back, trying to locate the cat. A figure then drops down from the ceiling and rises up behind Lister. Lister slowly turns around to see a tall man with a very white complexion and wearing a big black trench coat, which he holds out to his sides. He brandishes fangs. We called about the boiler? The man closes his coat around Lister, and we fade to black. Okay, so now we are back on Starbuck after that harrowing moment. Crichton is trying to fix the radio at the counter. Rimmer is sitting at the table with his feet up. Crichton becomes frustrated and gives the radio a whack on the side of the counter, and it falls into bits on the floor. Crichton sighs, grabs a cloth, and approaches the table, and motions with his arms for Rimmer to remove his legs, which he does. Crichton then begins to clean the table. It's no use getting all stroppy. I said we shouldn't have gone in there. We should have kept on course. Crichton begins to clean harder and more furiously the more Rimmer speaks. Still, with them gone, I command this ship now, and with it, you. So start up the engines, keep it ticking over, we'll be out of here in a bit. If Mr. Lister and the cat perish, sir, then you will too. What? Without Mr. Lister and the cat, we have no one to pilot the ship. The autopilot will fire straight into the sun. At this range, my programming doesn't allow me to navigate with the organic reflexes needed to pass safely through that asteroid belt. And of course you are simply unable, period. Because I'm a hologram. Oh yes, there is that too. So what are you saying? Oh, that was Lister's voice there. So, what are you saying? Well, we are like the lottery winners who managed to secure tickets for the Titanic, was boosted up to first-class passengers, dined with the captain, and then took a guided tour of the engine room, while noting how safe and secure the ship appeared to be. Eh? We'll be doomed, sir, no matter how optimistic we attempt to be. Right. And what's the situation with Listy then? Come on, let's stop moping around so we can get the boys from the Dwarf back together. Yes, yeah? Okay, we cut to the derelict ship. We're in the drive room. Lister is in a cage. The cat is seated at a table eating a 3-course meal. A man in a long trench coat and heavy-duty boots sits next to him, relaxed but watching him with interest. A young blonde woman stands next to the door. Look, I'm sure we can work something out. I mean, I don't have any space dollars on me, but if you just let me get back to my ship, I'll have a quick whip round for you, yeah? The man slowly averts his gaze off of the cat and onto Lister. He gets up and walks towards the cage with the keys in hand. Lister is expectant. The man walks past the cage and gives the keys to the woman, disappointing Lister. The woman then heads towards the cage. Oh, thank God, I thought. The woman walks past the cage too and flushes the keys into space via a garbage chute. She returns to her post. Thanks a bunch. So, there are more of you on your ship? No, just us. Yeah, a tin can robot and a dead guy with as much personality as a world champion snooker player. Cat! They don't sound like... Oh, I'm getting... Fucking hell. They don't sound like much to worry about. Tell me, human, why are you here? Oh, well, we were just browsing, we were lost, actually. I have a map in the dashboard of my ship. If you'll just let me... We heard a distress call, so we came over here to scavenge and pillage whatever we could find. Oh, and rescue people. But you understand, we have priorities. Shut up! I see. I don't know what this distress call is you mentioned, but allow me to introduce myself. I am Vlad, Double D. Your name is Vlad D. No, it is just Vlad, Double D. Is he listing his measurements? Silence! This is my sentient second-in-command, Mina X. Nice to meet you. Why is he over there eating like he just lost a beauty pageant while I'm stuck over here in this thing? He is one of us, and you are not. What? You're a cat? Cat? What is this cat? Mina perks up. A small feline domesticated animal, often kept and nurtured by human females who are unable to find sustainable mates. You are unable to find a mate, human? Get out of town. I'm a player. I'm a big name back on Earth. He hasn't had sex in 3 million years. What is your problem? Don't worry. I got your back, bud. Hey, Craterhead. The cat stands up and strides across the room, up to Vlad, until they are face to face. The cat shows his fangs. Vlad reciprocates by baring his much bigger fangs. You got any ketchup? The cat holds up his plate of food. Okay, so we're in the derelict ship elsewhere. Rimmer and Crichton are now moving through the corridors of the ship, so they've gone down. Crichton is scanning the environment with a device. And this is absolutely necessary. If we want to find them, yes. I don't like this at all. I am dead set against this. In fact, I suggest a complete and immediate retreat. They stop. Sir, after all these years, after all the derelicts we've scavenged, all the hideous beasts we've encountered, how are you still capable of being a total and utter coward, eh? Sir, we have been attacked by shape-shifting mutants, been brought to bitter despair by squids, and even had your entire psyche turned into a planet. And yet, you are still a feeble-minded, yellow-bellied, shaken in your boots, smeg for brains. It's astounding. Did someone screw your head on too tightly? No, sir. Shame, I was thinking it wasn't tight enough. Oh, you're right. It's always been the same. I constantly worry, and I panic at the first sign of danger. You're right. I'm just a no-good coward with as much guts as a slasher film victim. Should I have your balls on standby, sir? What? Your stress balls, sir, remember? No. You're right, I haven't been through a lot in my death, and I've died to tell the tale on more than one occasion. The more I think about it, after all we've been through, that would make me one hell of an amazing guy. Strong, bold, and heroic space adventurer. Crichton, follow me. I'll lead the way. Do you think that's wise, sir? If there is anything around this corner, I don't care if it's the monstrous manifestation of Lister's bedsheets, I will be brave and stand my ground. Come on! They turn the corner and enter the blood-soaked hallway. The heavy-duty boots of Vlad lower into view at the far end of the hallway. Ah, now my colleague here is an heroic space adventurer, so I wouldn't try anything stupid. Isn't that right, sir? Crichton turns to see Rimmer running away down the corridor. Sir? Rimmer runs through the corridors and back to the airlock, only to be met by Mina X holding a gun in the air. Ah, I was looking for the toilet facilities. Would you mind pointing me in the right direction? Mina X points the gun at Rimmer and takes the safety off. They've appeared to have found me. Move. Mina X presses the gun into Rimmer's back as they walk down the corridor. Rimmer shakes one of his legs in discomfort. Okay, so we're now in the drive room of the derelict ship. Moments later, Lister and the cat are both in the cage. Vlad enters, followed by Crichton and Rimmer, and then an armed Mina X. She lowers her gun and stands next to Vlad across the room. Crichton and Rimmer approach the cage. Oh, sirs! Oh, thank God, Crichton, you've got to get us out of here. Rimmer coughs for acknowledgement. What did you bring him for? I don't know. I was in a panic. It's like rushing out and forgetting your keys, only sort of in reverse. Charming. No, you're wrong. keys would have been useful right now. He's about as useful as a pair of flip-flops at a funeral. Not if it was a burial at sea. I have my little niches. I don't want to worry you guys, but I suspect that guy might be a vampire. Went American at the end there. I don't want to worry you guys, but I suspect that guy might be a vampire. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I was expecting a little bit more panic than that. You look like I told you I moved a laundry basket or something. Sir, you didn't. Of course not. I'm not having you going on strike again. 2 weeks stationary in a cupboard holding a placard. We only found you because I was drunk and thought it was the latrine. Why ain't you bothered by old Dr. Martin's over there? I mean, if that was my face and I was wearing that coat, I'd be bothered my entire lifetime. Well, he feeds off blood. I don't have any blood. I'm synthetic. And nor does Mr. Rimmer. He's a hologram. So we are perfectly safe. What about me? I wouldn't worry, sir. Cat blood is of a required taste. Phew. I mean, the more pale I get, the more I clash with my spacesuit. Oh, thanks. So I'm breakfast, lunch, and dinner, am I? Well, my blood is, anyway. Don't worry, Listy. He can use the rest of you as bread to mop up the leftovers. Lister gives Rimmer a look of disdain, which is reciprocated. I'm surprised if there is any blood left in me after you got done with me earlier. I keep telling you, sir, it was for your own good. What if we were to enter a situation where your blood could get us out of a tight and tricky situation which would otherwise result in pain and misery and maybe even your death? Yeah, I'll think if a situation springs to mind, shall I? Go and get him over here. Crichton walks across the room towards Vlad. Mina X steps into his path. Ah, a mechanoid. A ZX-81 series. They are practically built with no service protocols, allowing the perception of free will. They are also notorious for being the most insulting thing in existence. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ah, a toilet roll dispenser. A mostly forgotten series. They were practically built as an April Fool's joke to liven morale around the factory. Crichton remains unfazed. Perhaps I was wrong. Please, let me finish. They are notorious for being big, ugly, and as dumb as two humans trying to transition multi-dimensional enrichment across the thematic transdisciplinary areas of a cluster of cross-polarizing planets. Crichton, with a stiff upper lip, turns around and walks back over to the cage. She was so mean! Crichton becomes hysterical and cries dramatically. It's all right, Lister. It's all right. It's all right, Crichton. Calm down. You'd tell me if I was ugly, wouldn't you? Of course, of course. Hey, Count Smeghead. Vlad approaches the cage. What is it, human? Listen. Manta Man. Well, Manta Vamp. You don't want to drink my blood. It's practically turned into curry sauce by now. It's got to be about 90% proof for starters. It's true, sir. He consumes so much garbage that the stomach pump has become a sort of sleeping pill alternative. What is it you are saying to me? I'm saying I'm unhealthy. Too unfit for someone like you to take an interest in. I'm like a washed-up piece of old cod lying next to a big, juicy blue whale. Where is this blue whale you speak of? Well, we did pass an ocean planet a few months back. I fear we are losing him, sir. Oh, my God. Shut up, Rimmer. I'm talking. Look, mate, I feel I can call you mate, especially considering all the hospitality you've shown us since we got here. I don't believe it. No, it's true, I'm telling you. Rimmer's distracted. No, it's true, I'm telling you. You've been one of the friendliest psychopaths we've run into in recent memory. Isn't that right, guys? The cat and Crichton agree in unison. Rimmer walks out of shot, distracted. There is no reason we can't be space buddies, is there? What if I went around gathering up humans for you to drink from? I could be like a mobile vending machine for you, hey? Sounds good? Keep talking. It's real, an actual limited edition version of Dollop. We could work for you. We could be a crew that looks out for each other, has each other's backs, and doesn't let anyone go hungry again. What I'm saying is, don't eat us. Join us. Only 10 of these were ever made. Unbelievable. What are the chances? Hang on. You make an interesting proposition, human. Yes, I think I will. I'll play you for their freedom, says Rimmer, standing holding aloft the board game. Rimmer, what are you doing? I had him, guy. I had him. Vlad ignores his prisoners and walks towards Rimmer. Seriously? I am the greatest player of dollop in the world. Vlad poses heroically. What world? Ah, good point. I am the greatest player of dollop in the whole universe. So is that a yes then? Vlad slowly turns his head, stares at Rimmer, and laughs menacingly. Rimmer joins in until Vlad abruptly stops, insulted. Okay, so time passes, and we're back in the drive room still. Vlad sits at one end of the table, on which the board game is set up. Mina X stands behind Vlad. The crew, now free, stand at the other end of the table. The rules are simple. You will each in turn face me. You each in turn will lose, and I will turn you respectively into my pet, Cat gulps. My servant, Crichton nods in agreement. My dinner, Lister. I had him. And my lover. Rimmer stands firm until it dawns on him what he just said. If by some miracle you are able to defeat me, then you will win the freedom of your crew. If you are ready, we shall begin. The mechanoid first. Crichton sits down. I feel you should know that you are at a disadvantage. I am able to make precise calculations in order to make sure I am victorious. We shall see. A montage of the game takes place, each in turn moving pieces. Crichton moves a particular piece after some time has passed. This is Mina. Estimated chance of victory is now 34%. Ah, I forgot to carry the 2. Well done. He hasn't won yet, Crichton. Finish him. It would be futile to attempt, sir. Mina X here is calculating the probability of our success. Once I fell below 50%, she knew we had no advantage, and that every move would diminish my chances. I made a mistake, and I am sorry. I will grab a mop and begin cleaning the engine room. It's not over yet. My turn. Crichton rises and Lister sits down. You do know how to play. Just deal 'em, sunshine. Want me to open a window and let some in? Oh, I'll read that again. Just deal 'em, sunshine. Want me to actually open a window and let some of that in? It's a bit stuffy in here. It is sort of a myth. You think I would still be here this close to a sun if I were turned to dust? Now play. Lister moves a single piece. Estimated chance of victory is now 6%. Eh? You wish to continue this puerile attempt to best me? Some advice, pal. Best to leave me in a cellar for as long as possible. I get better with age. Vlad licks his lips. Lister rises. The cat sits down. Don't worry, Bird. I got this. The cat is a fingertip away from moving his first piece. Estimated chance of victory is now 1%. Vlad raises an eyebrow. I can't raise an eyebrow. The cat considers moving that one piece and then stands up and walks away. And then there was one. The crew huddle around each other. Rimmer, you've got this, pal. You've got this. Just do what you do best. Lie, cheat, and steal. No worries, Listy. I have the whole 4 mantras down, remember? But I might need some help. The crew start to whisper amongst themselves. Mina. Yes, sir. Set the table for dinner. And prepare the bed for afters. I feel we are wasting time, sir. You should... Vlad strikes Mina in the face, which moves the position of her head. But she remains unfazed. Her ear is broken and hangs from the side of her head. If I want your advice, I shall ask for it. Rimmer sits down. Crichton approaches Mina, who pulls a gun on him. But your ear! Please, allow me! You will have your chance to serve us in mere moments, Mechanoid. Let us begin. A montage of the game takes place, each in turn moving pieces. Estimated chance of victory is now 49%. Rimmer turns and nods to the crew. The diversion. Oh, what is that over there? Why, it's Van Helsing himself, and he's brought Frankenstein and the rest of the Goonies along with him. Vlad does not look around. You've got to be kidding me. Rimmer settles down and continues. Estimated chance of victory is now 41%. Rimmer sticks 2 fingers up in signal. Lister sticks 2 fingers up behind Rimmer's back in insult. The switch. He's not doing anything. Rimmer continues to signal more frantically. I'm not sure what's going on. Why are you stalling? Crichton, turn the bloody lights off. I'm sorry, sir. That was the signal to turn the lights off, remember? The switch. Oh, I see. Crichton turns to face the wall. But there is no switch, sir. It is automated, says Mina X. Terrific. The cat leans into Rimmer's ear. If I end up with a leash around my neck and eating a food from a bowl, then all I can say is, check your shoes before you put them on. The game continues. What's next, Crichton? The bluff, sir. This should be good. Rimmer is about as convincing as a burglar who claims to be practicing Feng Shui master. Did I ever tell you the story of my Did I ever tell you the story of my... Well, I'll say it again. Did I ever tell you the story of how my parents met, Vlad? No, and I do not care. Well, it's a short story. They were vampires, you see, and... By chance, by what planet are you from? I am from the planet Clot 7. Your parents were vampires? Yes, and from Clot 7, in fact. Fancy that. Wait. You don't think that we are brothers? Rimmer looks around at the crew and tries to rally them on. Yeah, I thought he looked familiar. A spitting image of each other. I should have noticed the matching yellow streaks. Lister gives the cat a nudge. Well, now that's been established, why don't we call this whole silly thing off, huh, bro? Vlad laughs maniacally. And then stops sharply. No, you will stop lying and stalling for time. Now play or walk away. Right, you've left me no other choice. Rimmer stands. What are you doing, Rimmer? Vlad rises like he is levitating and towers above Rimmer. Don't worry, Listy. I've got this all under control. It's time for the killing move. Rimmer throws the game board into the air, and while Vlad watches the pieces fly, Rimmer strikes out with a karate chop that connects with Vlad's chest, but to no effect. Perhaps I'm just a distant cousin instead? Vlad's eyes turn red. Everyone prepares for the worst. The ship suddenly rocks, as if it's been hit by something powerful. What is going on? We are under attack. The crew runs through the corridors and back to the airlock. After them! Mina X gives chase. Okay, we're at the airlock now. The crew make it into the airlock. They are about to close it when Mina's gun prevents the door from closing. Take me with you. We'll pass, thank you. Why the sudden change of heart? Mina steps back into the corridor. You don't understand. He killed the crew in order to feed, and this may be my only chance to escape. It was I who sent that distress signal. The man is a psychopath. I just wish to be in servitude to normal, upstanding people. Is she talking about us? I know the feeling. Please, join us. Mina is about to step into the airlock and grab Crichton's hand when Rimmer closes the door in her face. Toodles! What are you doing? She needed our help. You heard her. She comes from a crew of psychopaths that ate each other. I did the right thing. Crichton said she had no service protocols. She was bluffing. We don't want someone like that on our crew now, do we? Who said we wanted you on the crew? I'd rather have a hot babe with a racking outfit than a weasel in sack suspenders. Okay, the crew go back into the cockpit. This is the final scene now. The crew race into their positions. Who attacked their ship? Punching it up now, sir. The video feed shows three Gelfs talking amongst themselves. One of them is wearing a wedding dress. Oh no, it's the missus. Oh dearie, the wife has caught you at it. I wonder how Junior feels, coming from a broken home and all. Now is not the time, Rimmer. Not the time. Can we just shoot the smeggers? No good. Cat used up all the ammo. Oh my God! It's all right, Cat. We forgive you, man. You weren't to know this would happen. What? No, I don't care about that. That game was pretty fun. Then what is the problem, sir? Look, Factor 500 is back. Vlad is in a modified escape pod aligned with Starbug's cockpit. It's a little small vessel. Smeg, he's got us in range. He must have upgraded his escape pod to be some sort of one-man space tank. No evasive action will work. We're done for, sir. We're done for, sirs. Darn, and I still have that laundry to do. If you hadn't have moved that basket, sir. There has got to be something we can do. I refuse to be killed by a deranged homicidal maniac. Yeah, not for the second time, eh, Rimmer? Let's face it, we're as dead as Flower Power Beachwear here. What if we outrun it? No good. If we move an inch, he'll zap us. The only reason he hasn't fired yet is because I'm his only meal ticket. Hand over the human, or I will blast you out of the sky. Time to walk the plank, Listy. We have to face the facts here, and we don't stand a chance in this hunk of junk. It's all over unless you make the noble sacrifice for your pet, your robot, and your dead best mate. Wait a minute. Junk. That's it. Junk. Garbage. The garbage disposal. Crichton, get that vial of blood you took from me. Sir, I strongly suggest... Well, don't. Just get it. Very well, sir. Crichton leaves. Do you plan on filling us in any time of this... Do you plan on filling us in any time this side of impending doom? We're going to put a little theory to the test. This is no time for a primary school science lesson. Crichton returns. Here we are, sir. Nice one. Now load this into the garbage disposal and reroute the existing garbage into the cannons. It's time to let fire play with fire and kill two birds with one stone. I don't like this as much as I don't like mixed metaphors, sir. I really don't see what this is going to prove, sir. Exactly, Crichton. Proof. If my alcohol level is as high as we think it is, then that would make my blood highly flammable. It's all loaded and rerouted, sir. Take aim. And... fire! The blood shoots out and smashes over the windscreen, obscuring Vlad's view. Time to drive a stake through this smegger once and for all. Starbug fires the garbage at the pod, and the impact causes a fire to ignite. Vlad loses control and steers the ship into the Gelf vessel, exploding on impact. The Gelf vessel then careens off course and is left hurtling into the sun. The crew all cheer. Now to get back home. And that's the killing move, gentlemen. You're welcome. And that's the end of the episode.